Welcome to the Official Personality Guru. Introverted feeling is the INFP's dominant function. This means that INFPs are in tune with their own emotions and internal value system. They naturally base their decisions on what's in line with their core values or with what feels right. But this does not mean they're incapable of logical reasoning. In fact, they can be quite good with reason, especially if their inferior function, extroverted thinking, is well developed. Today, let's talk about the INFP logic and how INFP thinking function displays itself. Before we start, make sure to subscribe to the Official Personality Guru and ring the bell icon to get regular updates on our latest uploads. And if you like this video, click the thumbs up button and share it with your friends. INFPs are emotionally sensitive people, but they're also very resilient. Even though they have their dark periods, they're generally quite flexible and adaptable when it comes to dealing with the vicissitudes of life. They have an inner light that prevents them from being too cynical, and they tend to look at life with optimism. INFPs are very aware of their own emotions and are capable of recreating emotions within their imagination. This helps them empathize with other people, whether those people are friends, strangers, or even characters in a book. However, as an INFP, I've had to learn to filter negative emotions that have been projected on me by others. I've learned to not to take other people's feelings personally. My imagination can also provide a sanctuary from the miseries of the world. Without a doubt, INFPs have very strong emotions. My emotions can run very deep in such a way that makes me feel like an old soul. However, on the surface, INFPs more often display a calm and quiet demeanor because their feeling function is introverted. Therefore, their feelings and values are invisible to others, which sometimes makes them a very mystery, even to the people who are closest to them. So, it's a rare sight to see an INFP display their raw emotions outwardly. And when it does happen, you know it's a big deal. I can only recall a few moments in my life when I've had an emotional outburst in front of someone. And I only let it happen because I trusted that person. It usually happens when I have too much emotion bottled inside that I can no longer contain. INFPs are especially motivated when they're passionate about something or when something feels right. And it doesn't have to be anything momentous. It could be as simple as decorating and cleaning their room after they're tired of seeing how messy it has become. Or it could be writing a 50-page paper about a topic they're really interested in. For example, I applied to hundreds of jobs and regularly networked when I was determined to land a position. Some famous INFPs include William Shakespeare, J.R.R. Tolkien, Audrey Hepburn, Virginia Woolf, Edgar Allan Poe, and Susan Cain, founder of Quiet Revolution. With INFP's intelligence, creativity, and sincerity, they inspire compassion and beauty in this world and can leave a big footprint. While some personality types favor their thinking function, for others, they will be displayed in unexpected ways. Each person possesses the thinking functions. They just use them in different placements in their function stacks, which will cause them to exhibit differently. It is important to dive deeper into each type and understand how they use these thinking functions to understand them better. Some people can peg certain types as solely feeling, simply because they don't understand the ways how lies logic and reason in their lives. Making these assumptions can cause us to misunderstand people and miss out on the unique behaviors connected to their personality type. INFPs are often seen as emotional people, and while their introverted feeling function is their dominant one, that doesn't mean they don't possess a sense of logic and reason. INFPs have rich inner minds filled with imagination, new ideas, and even logical thought processes. People misunderstand the INFP often, and this is often because they don't take the proper time to see beyond what is on the surface. INFPs might favor their inner emotions and morals, but that doesn't mean they don't utilize their thinking function in different ways. INFP and extroverted thinking. For most personality types, their extroverted thinking allows them to pick up on facts and details around them. They use this to connect with the world and process everything they see and absorb this information into their minds. The TE user is often very direct and focused on getting things done as efficiently as possible, especially when it is high in their function stack. They're good at following the details and figuring out the best way to solve whatever problems come their way. They're often very focused on the facts of the situation and use them to try and be fair and direct. They often push aside their personal feelings to favor logic and reason. While INFPs use TE, they certainly don't put facts before emotions. This is because their thinking function is at the very bottom of their function stack, making it display itself in very different ways. Just because this isn't their dominant function does not mean it doesn't play a big role in the INFP's life. They often use extroverted thinking in much more subconscious ways, instead of using it directly. Since INFPs favor their introverted feeling function, this drives them to push aside the facts in favor of their inner morals and what is deeply important to them. This doesn't mean INFPs don't process this information. They do and are often great at absorbing many different details at once. INFPs are likely to remember tiny details and facts about the people they care for, which is a skill obtained from their extroverted thinking. INFPs often use their TE most when they are trying to understand the behavior of others and figuring out ways to make things happen in their lives. Their TE helps the INFP when it comes to being hyper-aware of any unfairness or injustices in the world around them. While this is mainly a value that comes from their introverted feeling, their thinking functions help them to develop stronger morals about things by picking up on the information and facts or what has occurred around them. How about you? As an INFP or any other personality type, how do you think, or how are your logic is displayed? Be sure to watch until the end and share your experience for a chance to have your comment pinned. How it is displayed. For the INFP, their extroverted thinking function is often displayed more obviously when they are under stress. When the INFP is feeling strained and on edge, they might become much more focused on getting things done and being rather direct about it. The normally laid-back INFP becomes aware of everything around them and wants to push to get things done. They might be much harsher to their loved ones as well, and will use facts and logic as a means of placing demands on them. When the INFP is truly upset with a person, their extroverted thinking comes out to show this person all of the things they have done wrong. This isn't something that happens often for the INFP, and they often regret this instantly afterward. Their extroverted thinking has likely cataloged many different facts and details almost subconsciously, and when someone pushes them over the edge, the INFP can bring out all of these mistakes that person has made in the past to put them in their place. When the INFP's CE is displayed more obviously, this is often because they are in their grip. When this happens, they are extremely critical of themselves and everyone around them. They want things to be done efficiently, and this makes them obsess over the tiniest of details. INFPs are normally focused on creativity and how things make them feel. But in their grip, they want to focus on the details and the facts rather than the emotions behind them. They strive for accuracy in a way that can see them rather unlike them and even push away the people who care for them most. Before we continue, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to give us a like and share it with your friends. Subscribe to the Official Personality Guru for more amazing videos. Don't forget to ring the bell icon to stay updated with our content. Thinking weaknesses. For the INFP, using their extroverted thinking function is something that should be done in a much more subconscious manner. When too much pressure is applied to their dominant function, it can cause them to slip into their grip, and their thinking function ends up displaying itself in much less useful manners. For the INFP, trying to focus too much on their TE, they often miss the more important details in favor of being direct and accurate. The INFP does best when they can learn to use this function without trying to make it their main focus. For them, introverted feelings and focusing on their knowledge of right and wrong is the most important thing for the INFP. They're creative and open people, so always needing to remain organized and factual just isn't who they naturally are.